Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we're highlighting a case that began in Amarillo, Texas. In the early morning hours of August 31st, 2024, a young woman was fatally shot at an after-party on Labor Day weekend. She'd been out celebrating with family and ended up at a house party on Avondale Street. But before sunrise, gunshots rang out. She was rushed to the hospital and pronounced deceased just before 4 a.m. Within days, police arrested a suspect, a 22-year-old man. At the time, investigators said they had video evidence and forensic findings that connected him to the shooting. But that same week, the murder charge was dismissed, and police said they were looking for a second shooter. Months later, in March 2025, a grand jury indicted someone else, her own cousin. Her family believes it's a cover-up. Police say they followed the evidence. This is the story of Felita Bailey. Felita Bailey was 25 years old. She was from Dallas, Texas, and loved ones say she had a presence that drew people in. Friends and family described her as sweet, loving, and said she had a, quote, vibing, beautiful soul. In the summer of 2024, she was living in Amarillo with her grandmother, who was also named Felita Bailey. She'd taken a job at the Tyson Foods beef plant, the same place her grandmother had worked for many years. According to her family, it was only supposed to be temporary. She was working toward a dental hygienist certification. The plan, they say, was to save money, finish her coursework, and move back to Dallas where her mother, Odessa Bailey, lived. But she never got the chance. August 30th, 2024. Friday night, the start of Labor Day weekend. Felita and her cousin, DiMaggio Bibles, decided to celebrate DiMaggio's 27th birthday. They started at a sports bar downtown, then moved down Polk Street to other bars and nightclubs. They were joined by more cousins, including 21-year-old Marin Kanye Bailey. Late into the night, after last call, Felita and DiMaggio stopped at a convenience store for snacks. Family and witness accounts say Felita received an open Facebook invitation to an after-party at a house on Avondale Street. Those same accounts say another customer in the store overheard them talking about it and said they were headed to the same party. They decided to go. Police and local reporting stated that the house on Avondale Street belonged to two brothers and were not associated with Felita or DiMaggio. By the time they arrived, witnesses estimated that around 40 people had shown up, most of them uninvited. Inside the house, family accounts say Felita found Kanye in the kitchen. As she talked with him, a man named LaToy Johnson approached. Witnesses say LaToy had been asked by the homeowners to help clear people out. He began confronting guests, telling them to leave. When he got to Felita, witnesses say he told her she could stay, but blocked her path and stood close to her. Witnesses described his behavior as harassing. DiMaggio says he could tell it was time to go. He walked with Felita towards the door. LaToy followed. Within moments, a fight broke out. Family and witness accounts say video shared on Snapchat shows chaos inside the house. Bottles breaking, people shouting, and furniture being thrown. DiMaggio says he stood between Felita and the crowd, bleeding from a gash on his forehead. In the background of the footage, a figure can be seen wearing a black New York Yankees hat, a Chicago Bulls hoodie, and a ski mask. Witnesses later identified him as Dylan Zane Black. The brothers' house also had a Ring doorbell camera. The criminal complaint states that Dylan can be seen with a gun in his waistband, his hand on it, and making a statement about shooting someone. The fight spilled into the front yard. DiMaggio says he crossed the street to his car. When he looked back, Felita was no longer with him. Then, gunshots. Screams filled the street. Family accounts say DiMaggio saw Felita being helped to a car by cousins and drove himself to Northwest Texas Hospital. Family and witness accounts say Felita's blood was still visible on the street behind him. When DiMaggio arrived at the ER, he asked for Felita. He says he was taken to a back room by police and continued asking where she was. Reporting indicates that nearby, Felita was being brought into the ambulance bay, unresponsive and gasping for air. That same reporting states medical staff attempted CPR, administered oxygen, epinephrine, inserted a chest tube, and gave blood transfusions. At 3:53 a.m., Felita Bailey was pronounced deceased. The autopsy report states that the bullet entered her back, passed through her shoulder, perforated her lung, and fractured her clavicle. Her family says hospital staff told them she was stable, even after she had already been pronounced deceased. While Felita's family waited, LaToya Johnson's family was also there. With them was a young white man. LaRonda Bailey said he stood out. He stood out because there's 2 black families here, and there's one white boy amongst the other black family, she said. According to reports, when officers arrived, Dylan said he had not been at the party and only came because he heard LaToya was shot. Around 6:50 a.m., according to family accounts, Sergeant Cole Thurman told the family Felita had succumbed to her injuries. According to LaRonda, he later told her, quote, "When the sun comes up, the story will be different." Reports say the next day, police searched the home of Dylan Black's mother in Bushland. They found a hat similar to the one seen in the video and 3 handguns. Police records show Dylan agreed to an interview with Sergeants Thurman and Adrian Hernandez. The records also detail how he changed his story multiple times, about his clothes, about having a gun, and about who fired shots, until confronted with video evidence. He claimed a friend named Dax had given him a Taurus handgun. Police say no witnesses interviewed identified anyone by that name. The records also show officers later found the Chicago Bulls hoodie and a Taurus handgun at another house Dylan was said to have visited after the shooting. Police records show Sergeant Thurman entered the guns and 4 shell casings into the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. The original criminal complaint filed September 2, 2024, claimed the casings matched the Taurus gun Dylan had given to a witness. Based on that complaint, Dylan Black was arrested for murder and held on a $500,000 bond. On September 5th, Potter County Assistant District Attorney Meredith Pinkham filed a motion to dismiss the murder charges. The Amarillo Police Department said in a press release that, quote, newly developed evidence indicated a second shooter. Dylan was released from the Potter County Jail. 2 days later, according to the family, Lieutenant James Clements told them they could not be certain and were seeking another suspect. According to Odessa, he said, quote, "We don't owe you anything. We did our jobs." For the family, it was another moment that made them question how the case was being handled. Odessa began posting online, saying she believed police were covering up what happened. Reports show that in December 2024, Dylan was arrested for allegedly trying to bring a gun into a bar. Separate reporting states that in February 2025, he was arrested for an alleged assault on a person he knew was pregnant. On March 13, 2025, a Potter County grand jury indicted Kanye Bailey, Felita's cousin. Police said evidence obtained led them to believe he was the shooter. Dylan Black was eliminated as a suspect in the case. In April 2025, the Barbed Wire interviewed Lieutenant James Clements about the case. During that interview, Clements said the information included in the original criminal complaint was, quote, incorrect. He stated that, in his view, only one casing matched Dylan's gun, and the other three did not. Clements also said the fatal bullet was never recovered, and that no gun had been found that he believed was linked to Kanye. He added that Dylan did fire a gun that night, but said he did not believe it was the one that took Felita's life. The Bailey family has said they believe Dylan Black may have received special treatment from police. They point to his family's connections and what they see as contradictory evidence in the case. Amarillo police have denied any bias, misconduct, or improper influence. Amarillo and the surrounding region have been subject of research and reporting about historical racial exclusion and inequality. The case has also renewed community discussion on other unsolved deaths on Black women in the area. Many of those cases remain cold. So many questions still remain unanswered. Why was Kanye indicted without a gun having been recovered or linked to him? Why was Felita's family told she was stable after she had already been pronounced deceased? And why do official documents and statements appear to contradict each other? For the Bailey family, these are not just unanswered questions. They are the reality that they have to live with every day. Our thoughts are with the family and friends of Felita Bailey. If you have any information related to this case, contact the Amarillo Police Department or the Potter County District Attorney's Office. Their contact information is listed in the description below. As we close out this episode, remember that sharing Felita's story helps keep her case from being forgotten and supports her loved one's efforts to seek justice. The Bailey family has also set up a GoFundMe to help cover legal and related expenses as they continue searching for answers. A link to that fundraiser is included in the episode description as well. For updates on this case and others, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And reach out to us if there's a story you think should be highlighted on Hunting for Answers. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Stay connected with our community by joining our new Facebook group. The link is in our bio.